Should you buy now? If you're thinking about moving to Clovis, California, here's the question I want you to answer. Would you rather buy when you have negotiating power or wait till everybody else realizes the market has changed? So, the Clovis housing market in the summer of 2026 is very different from the frenzy buyers experienced a few years ago. Homes are taking longer to sell, buyers have more choices, mortgage rates are still affecting affordability, and sellers can't simply put a home on the market at any price and expect 10 offers by Sunday night. But here's the interesting part. Clovis continues to grow. In fact, the San Francisco Chronicle recently identified Clovis as one of only 7 California cities that grew by at least 20,000 residents between 2010 and 2025, more than a 25% growth. Kudos my colleagues Brian and Colleen Souza from eXp for their contribution to this article. So today we're answering the big question. Is Clovis becoming a buyer's market, or is it simply a window of opportunity inside a city that continues to grow? Stay with me because I'm breaking down the numbers in 6 categories. 1, mortgage rates. 2, schools. 3, population growth. 4, healthcare. 5, the Fresno International Airport. 6, Fresno State, and some of the major projects that shape the market. And if you're considering moving here, call me before you make a move to Clovis, California. Here's my contact information below. Or you can request a free Fresno relocation guide, the Clovis housing market numbers. So let's start with the numbers, and there's an important distinction here. Not every real estate website calculates its statistics exactly the same way. Different reporting periods, property types, and methodologies can produce different median prices. That's why you shouldn't make a $500,000, $700,000, or $1 million decision based on one headline. Redfin's latest finalized Clovis City data through June showed a median sales price of approximately $474,000, which is about 4.5% lower year over year. Realtor.com June Clovis report showed a median list price of $570,000. Median sold price approximately $486,387. The square foot, $277 per square foot, and markets are typically on 45 days on market. Realtor.com had also reported that homes were selling for approximately 100% of asking price on average during June. So what does that tell us? Well, Clovis isn't crashing, but the market has become more selective. Buyers have more time to evaluate a property. Inspection negotiation matters again. Seller credits can matter. Interest rate buy downs can matter. And most importantly, pricing matters. The days of saying, hey, my neighbor sold for this much 2 years ago, so I don't know, 50 grand, aren't exactly a scientific pricing strategy. Mortgage rates are the elephant in the room. So let's talk about a factor affecting almost every buyer: mortgage rates. Freddie Mac reported the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate at approximately 6.6% on July 30th, 2026. That's important because buyers don't purchase a sales price. They purchase a monthly payment. A change of interest rates can dramatically change purchasing power, even if the home prices don't move much. That's what I'm telling you. My buyers don't simply ask, is this a good price? Ask, therefore, what does this entire transaction look like? Price, rate, closing costs, seller credits, insurance, taxes, potential repairs, and your expected length of ownership. Sometimes negotiating a seller credit toward your financing can make more sense than fighting over another $5,000 in purchase price. That's where having a strategy becomes really important. Detached single-family homes. So let's separate detached homes from condos and townhomes because these are different markets. For detached homes, Clovis continues to offer everything from established neighborhoods around Old Town Clovis and Central Clovis to newer construction in Northeast Clovis, Loma Vista, Heritage Grove, and surrounding growth areas. Entry-level detached homes can behave very differently from luxury properties. A well-priced turnkey home in a desirable location can still attract substantial attention, but buyers become much more selective as the price increases. Once you move into the upper price and luxury segments, presentation, upgrades, lot size, location, solar ownership, pools, garages, RV parking, and neighborhood amenities can significantly affect marketability. For sellers, the lesson is simple. Don't price your house based on what you need to make. Price it based on what today's buyer can compare it against. And for the buyers, more days on market can create negotiation opportunities that simply weren't available during the pandemic frenzy. Condos and townhomes, attached housing deserves separate attention. Condos and townhomes can provide a lower purchase price entry point to Clovis, but the purchase price isn't the whole story. You need to examine HOA dues, insurance, reserve funding, special assessments, owner occupancy ratios, financial eligibility, rental restrictions, and what the HOA actually covers. A $400,000 townhome with a substantial HOA payment doesn't necessarily have the same monthly affordability as a $400,000 detached home. So don't compare properties on price alone, compare total monthly ownership costs. So why is Clovis still growing? Now, here's where the story becomes much bigger than housing statistic. California has struggled with population growth, yet the San Francisco Chronicle just identified 7 notable California growth cities: Chico, Clovis, Dublin, Irvine, Manteca, and Roseville. The Chronicle analysis looked at the cities with a population of about 75,000 that gained at least 20,000 residents between 2010 and 2025 and grew more than 25%. And what was the Chronicle's headline explanation for Clovis? Schools. That doesn't surprise many people who live here. And this brings me to today's question for you. Comment below, if you're moving to Clovis, California, what's most important? A, schools. B, housing affordability. C, healthcare and jobs. Or D, lifestyle. Put A, B, or C, or D in the comments. And if you're actually planning a relocation, type in relocation and contact us for your free Fresno and Clovis relocation guide. Clovis Unified School District. It reports a 95.6% graduation rate, approximately 18% above the California state average. The district currently lists 47 comprehensive schools, 9 specialty schools, and 21 career technical programs. That's educational reputation being part of the Clovis relocation story. You'll hear people talk here about mind, body, spirit, academics, athletics, performing arts, career technical education, and facilities that surprised many families when they first toured the district. But here's my real estate disclaimer. Never buy a house solely because somebody tells you it's assigned to a particular school. School boundaries can change. Verify the current school assignment directly with Clovis Unified before purchasing. Fresno Yosemite International Airport. Another part of this story is connectivity. Fresno Yosemite International Airport has undergone the largest expansion in its history. The terminal project added approximately 96,000 square feet, new passenger boarding bridges, expanded international arrival facilities, and parking improvements. City documents put the broader project cost about $150 million after approved changes. So why does that matter for real estate? Well, because relocation isn't all about the house. For physicians, executives, traveling healthcare professionals such as physical therapists, trainers, and families throughout California and across the country, airport accessibility matters. And from Clovis, Fresno Yosemite International Airport is right in our backyard. Healthcare, the Clovis advantage of people overlook. Here's a section that's especially important to me. Fresno and Clovis have developed a significant regional healthcare ecosystem. We have access to organizations and facilities including Community Regional Medical Center, Clovis Community Medical Center, St. Agnes Medical Center, Kaiser Permanente, Fresno Heart and Surgical Hospital, San Joaquin Valley Regional Hospital, Sierra Pacific Orthopedic Center, California Home Health Agency, and a broad network of home health, outpatient, and specialty providers. That creates opportunities for physicians, nurses, physical therapists, athletic trainers, occupational therapists, speech therapists, physician assistants, nurse practitioners, chiropractors, healthcare administrators, and other allied health professionals. Woo! And this is one area where our real estate team is different. We're not simply a real estate professional. We're a medically based real estate team powered by licensed medical professionals. I spent more than 20 years in the Central Valley real estate, and my professional background also includes physical therapy, athletic training, and service as a member of the United States Olympic Committee in 1996 and 2000. And so when haircut professionals tell us, I'm moving to Clovis, California for a position at the hospital, where should I live? We totally understand both sides of that conversation. Commute, call schedules, lifestyle, housing, schools, and long-term financial planning. How about Fresno State and the talent pipeline? Then we have Fresno State. Fresno State isn't simply a university down the street. It's part of the Central Valley's professional pipeline. Programs include physical therapy, nursing, athletic training, sports medicine, agriculture, the Craig School of Business, and numerous professional and graduate programs. Fresno State Athletics also adds another layer to the region's identity and economic activity. For relocation buyers, universities matter because they help produce employees, healthcare professionals, educators, entrepreneurs, and long-term demand for housing. How about Bryson DeChambeau and the future of Northeast Clovis? And then there's a project generating plenty of conversation. Clovis area native and professional golfer Bryson DeChambeau, two-time U.S. Open champion and Clovis East graduate, has been associated with plans for a roughly 200-acre golf center development northeast of Clovis, with Cook Land Company involved in this concept. Early reporting has discussed possibilities including golf training, sports facilities, residential development, luxury, and community amenities. But I want to emphasize something. Large developments evolve, plans change, approvals change, timelines change. So I'm not going to tell you that a conceptual project is a guarantee to look exactly like an early rendering. What I will tell you is this: the continued development conversation northeast of Clovis tells you where significant attention is being placed for future growth. The Clovis lifestyle and housing isn't the only reason people move here to Clovis, California. Clovis has developed its own lifestyle and identity. You have Old Town Clovis, the Clovis Rodeo, trails, farmers market, local restaurants, and coffee shops such as Cup of Joy, Two Cities, On the Edge, Monkey Dog, Other Side Coffee, and other local spots throughout the area. Then within Greater Fresno Clovis Market, you have dining ranging from neighborhood restaurants to steakhouse destinations. And when you want to leave town, well, you're positioned within reach of Shaver Lake, Bass Lake, Milton Lake, China Peak, and of course, Yosemite National Park. That's one of the Central Valley lifestyle advantages that's difficult to understand from a spreadsheet. You can have a suburban lifestyle while still being relatively close to the mountains, lakes, skiing, and one of the world's greatest national parks. Buyer or seller, who has the advantage? So, is Clovis a buyer's market or is it a seller's market? My answer is, it depends on the house. That's the 2026 market. A turnkey home, correctly priced in a high demand location, can behave like a seller's market. An overpriced home that's been sitting, let's say, for 60 days can suddenly become a buyer's opportunity. That's why averages only tell part of the story. Now, more important questions are, how long has this property been listed? Has it had price reductions? Are there competing offers? And what's the seller's motivation? What did comparable homes actually close for? Are concessions occurring? And what does the inventory look like within this price range? That's analysis you need before writing an offer. So here's my biggest takeaway from July 2026 Clovis market. Don't try to perfectly time the housing market. Try to make the right decision for your family. If you're going to be here long term, have stable employment, understand your monthly payment, and find the right property and the right term. Today's more balanced negotiating environment may create opportunities for you and your family. But if the numbers don't make sense, we'll tell you that too. Our philosophy is not, how do we sell you a house? It's, how do we help you make a confident long-term decision before you commit financially? Sometimes the right decision is buying. Sometimes it's selling. Sometimes it's renting first. That's why I want you to call before you call me. So that's why I want you to call me before you make a move to Clovis, California. So if you're a physician, nurse, physical therapist, athletic trainer, or other healthcare professionals relocating to the Central Valley, Fresno, Clovis, California, When you contact us. If you're a first-time buyer, say first-time, mention medical relocation in the comments below. If you're a first-time home buyer, say first home. And if you're relocating from the Bay Area, Los Angeles, simply say relocation in the comments below, and we'll help you build your plan before you even make a move. Call us, subscribe to our next Clovis Housing Market update, neighborhood tours, relocation guides, here Fresno versus Clovis comparisons. So I'll see you in the next video. God bless you. This is Rufi Alday from Clovis, California.